Audio Scribblers. This is ASTV Backstage, and we're here at the Leeds Grand Theatre to talk to someone who starred in a BBC reality TV show, and he might just be friends with Mr. Andrew Lloyd Webber. Can you guess who? Have you guessed it yet? Yes, you are right. I'm here with Craig Chalmers and you're watching Audio Scribbler. We're backstage at the Leeds Grand Theatre at Joseph. Hi Craig.
Hello.
Hi, when did you first get into acting? How did you get into it?
Well, I was a singer primarily throughout the years, and I got my big break during the Any Dream Will Do TV show, so the acting kind of came late on for me. I didn't do a normal theatre school graduate course or anything like that. I used to sing and do gigs for myself all around Scotland, so I was at that for quite a few years, and then I got my sort of big break, if you want to call it that, on the TV show, and then I've came straight into the tour of Joseph, and I've been touring for nearly 2 years.
And was Any Dream Will Do like you thought it would be, or did it shock you?
It was an amazing break for me and an amazing opportunity, and I would never change it for the world, but it was also incredibly stressful, and you know, performing live for 7 million people every week and having Andrew Lloyd Webber sat there along with all the other judges critiquing your performance, and plus if you messed up, that was it, because it was live, so there was no like re-editing or anything like that. So, but it was a great experience.
What's your favourite thing about playing Joseph in the musical?
It's just a very glamorous part, really, and you know, it's a lead role, and there's a lot of prestige and profile that comes along with that, a lot of responsibility, and it's a wonderful part to play, and the audience reaction, you know, that there's so many people that love the musical, so you know, I'm happy to stand up there and play such a famous part, and there's been a lot of, you know, big names associated with the role over the years, of course, as well.
Who's your favourite one now? Jason Donovan, Donnie?
I think Jason, I think I get compared more often with Jason Donovan than anybody else, so I would sort of go with that.
And what's your favourite song out of the musical?
I love doing Close Every Door at the moment. It sometimes changes, sometimes I go, oh, I prefer Any Dream Will Do, or I prefer, like, you know, maybe something that the brothers sing or whatever, but at the moment I'm really enjoying the Close Every Door. We've made a few changes to it, and it's, I think it's sort of, you hope to improve as the weeks and the months go on, so yeah.
Well, if you weren't playing Joseph, who would you ideally like to play in any musical?
It's a hard question, that, because there's so many, you know. I mean, it's like I say, I started off as a singer and now I'm classed as an actor, so in this business you could end up being anything. I could end up being a TV presenter, you know, in my next job, so as long as I'm sort of successful and I'm able to keep working, then I'll be happy, really.
And with the show, you must have had lots of fans coming to you. Have you had any, like, sent anything scary in the post? Or?
I do get lots of letters and presents, and I've had a couple of pairs of knickers through the post, and you know, you get a lot of people that come to see the show a lot, you know, and sort of follow us around the country, so you've got the hardcore fans there as well, so yeah, it's all interesting.
Yeah. And if you weren't doing musicals, what do you think you'd be doing now?
Oh, I would love to have been a footballer if I wasn't a singer. But yeah, I would probably still be singing in some capacity, or you know, maybe I was trying for years to get a break, and you know, it came at a great time for me. But maybe if I'd kept trying for a few more years and it wasn't working out, I would think, well, there's a reason for that. I'll maybe try and do something else, you know, and try and be a success at something completely different. But so you never know what's going to happen in life, do you?
Yeah. Well, at Audio Scribbler, we talk about films, music, movies. Have you seen any good films recently at the cinema, or any bad ones?
Yeah, I went with my fiance last week to see Drag Me to Hell, and I thought it was fantastic. It was a Saturday night. We'd finished the show. I just wanted to be entertained. My fiance was absolutely petrified at the start, and she was like cutting the circulation off in my arm. But then it got funny, and then it got really gross in parts, so I thought it was just a good Saturday night film, and I think we're going to see Terminator this Friday as well, so I'm a bit of a movie fan.
Yeah, and what would you say, who's your favourite band, best CD you bought recently?
I tend not to buy CDs at the moment because I'm on tour, and it would just, I've got a suitcase that I try and keep to a minimum. I buy clothes more than anything else. So, but yeah, I'm very much into R&B and hip hop. So I kind of, when I drive to see my fiance at the weekend, she's got the CD in the car and she makes up a new, whatever's out new at the time R&B wise, she puts that on and we listen to that on the way home. A bit different from Joseph, of course. So.
Yeah. And what advice would you give to people that want to be on the stage and want to do musicals?
Well, as I said to you before, you know, I didn't just walk into Joseph and that was it. You know, I started singing at the age of sort of 17, 18 professionally, out doing the gigs in the clubs and pubs all over the country. So it was literally about 8 years later that I got, you know, a break that's taken me to this sort of level in the business. So just keep trying and take the knocks and go for parts that are realistic for you as well. You know, like I'll never go and be Valjean in Les Miserables because I don't have a big high belty tenor voice or anything like that. So, you know, I go for the parts that I feel that will suit me. So I think that's quite good advice as well.
And we've got a section on Audio Scribbler called Sarah on the Street, and we're going to ask members of the public what they like to ask you.
Hello, audioscribbler.co.uk. This is Sarah on the Street, and we've come down to Leeds City Centre to find out what people want to ask Craig Chalmers from Any Dream Will Do. I'm here with Laura. She's got a question for Craig.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
The chicken.
The chicken?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because the evolutionary process evolved to make the chicken first, and then that laid the egg.
There you go.
Although that's not scientific conclusion or fact for you, but okay. Next question.
We're here with Alec and Joe, and they have a question for Craig. Alec?
Craig, do you fancy going out sometime? I know you're a long-haired kind of guy. You fancy? I don't know. I'm straight. I've got a girlfriend. It's just you seem like the kind of guy who'd like to go out for a drink. I don't know. This is awkward.
I'm very flattered, but I've got plans with my fiance this weekend, so.
Ali has a question for Craig.
I was wondering what your favourite musical is.
Ooh, I've been to see a lot of musicals in the last couple of years. So I've seen Lord of the Rings, and I've seen Cabaret, Chicago, Les Miserables. I think one of my favourites was Avenue Q with the puppets at the West End. I thought it was really, really funny and something completely different.
And the final question was, how have you found fame?
I think I tend to deal with it quite well because I've had a good upbringing and I'm a bit older, so I've not really let it go. I don't think I've let it go to my head too much. I think I'm the same guy that I was before I got all this. So, you know, I suppose if you ask my friends and family that they would hopefully say the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you to Craig and the rest of the Joseph team. We've been at the Leeds Grand Theatre. See you next time. Bye.
Found someone else to ask a question to. I don't think he wants to be questioned.